So I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes.
Okay. So good afternoon everyone. So today we will start a course on the cosmology with the Python. So by the way, this title is somehow very vague. So I will declare a very pretty clear title of this course shortly. But before that, let's discuss the structure of
I mean,
this
call
course.
it uh, call it Brahmand or Ajgar.
Yes. Okay, let me accept some request. Okay, so this course is divided into the three part. In the first part, we will discuss Python, so which is the main aim of this course, and then we will move to the second part, which is the statistics. And in this part, we will discuss the different topics of the statistics. So, for example, we will start from the probability distribution function, random numbers, and parameter estimation, and also we will do a regression analysis in this statistics part. And in this part also a very hot and a high demanding statistics topic in cosmology will be covered, that is MCMC. And so the aim of this statistics and discussion in this course is that we will write some Python based script and perform statistics in the Python so that we can get some confidence that we know somehow how to work in the Python. And in the final part we will cover some cosmology. That means we will use some cosmological observational data set and we will apply the statistics in the Python. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. In the meantime, I have to accept some request. Okay, first let me explain what we will discuss in the part one, that is the Python. So first we will discuss some introduction of the Python so that we can get some idea that how the Python is different from the other language like C, C++ and Java. And in the next we will do some installation so that we can write script in the script a Python script in the different platform. And the next topic is the comments and variables. So comments, I mean that generally people during writing scripts in any language write some pieces of text that live in your code and but ignored by the Python interpretation. Means we have to make some comment so that we will discuss. And also we next topic that we will discuss the how we can handle the different kind of matrix vector in the Python. And next we will discuss different kind of the conditional condition that we have to do in our analysis. And next we will discuss some Python, and final we will discuss how to do the plotting and visualize the data set in the Python. And finally we will do some mathematical concept in the Python. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the content of the Python part, and in the statistics we will start from the some random number generation. Means this random number generation in the Python. So this is the most important section, and most of the analysis of this course will be depend on the random numbers. That we will consume most of the time on that topic. Okay, in the statistics part. So in the next topic in the statistics, we will discuss the different kind of the probability distribution function. And now in the next topic, we will discuss some of the regression analysis, a parametric, and then we will do some, model fitting using the maximizing the likelihood, and also we will do the Bayesian statistics. And in the Bayesian statistics, we will cover the MCMC topic, and also we will discuss some samplers. Okay. And I'm also planning to discuss the some advanced topic of the statistics, which is based on the neural network. So of course we will start from the introduction, and then we will do some ANN, and also we will fit. We will do some fitting analysis using the neural network, and also we will do a Gaussian process regression, and also the reconstruct function using the ANN. So these are the some advanced topic that we will discuss at the end of this course. Okay. So, so I think we will. Okay, so now to do the statistics, we have to take some observational data set. So we will use some different kind of the observational data set. Means for the Hubble parameter, we will use the cosmic chronometers, and similarly for the luminosity distance, we will use the Pantheon recent data set, and for the angular diameter distance, we will use the baryonic acoustic oscillation dataset, and also for the luminosity distance we can explore the GW, how one can use the GW as a standard siren, and also
Darshan,
the yes.
Darshan, just I mean, so that since there are some people who may not be cosmology people, till the
Okay.
statistics part, it will be a common thing for any Python program, right?
Yes.
So I just want to tell people that don't think that cosmology is there, so hum kya karenge, then go. Right? I mean,
Yes.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. So all these data we will not discuss. We will just use as a straight line equation data set, na? Just like a simple data set, X, Y, and error in Y. Only 3 column we
Yes.
will use.
Okay.
Okay, we will not discuss this topic, but we will just use the data set so that we can understand
Correct.
that how we can use the statistics in our cosmology.
Sure.
Yes. Okay, so the structure of this is like that. We will discuss the first Python and then statistics, and finally we will use some the cosmological observational data set. And as I mentioned that at the end of this course, we will discuss, we will use some machine learning statistics. So this is the main topic, main title of this our course. Yes, we will work on it.
Okay.
So let me start with the first part, that is the Python. Okay, first let me give a small introduction about the Python. So Python is basically a high level language. Means high level language, I mean that according to the basic principle of coding, I mean a language high level is a distance from the machine binary code. Means this kind of language, Python is basically a use a layer of code. Means this is not a single execution, but it in the background it is taking some different language, so that this performance may be better. So also this is a object oriented program language, and the feature of this one is that it is easily available on the Google, I mean in the public domain, open source, and also very easy to work on it. And also it is very powerful. Means they in this Python, in this language there is a less bugs, so that one can use easily this language. And of course it is free of cost, so that we can use.
That's most important. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So this introduction part we will cover in the next
Actually, I just
lecture.
like to point when the opens so it's when they say free, it's actually not about the cost. It is about the freedom to which is given to the user to actually look at the source and modify it and use it in whatever way they wish. That is the freedom. It's not really, that is the Free Software Foundation, the GNU. That is why Python comes under the GNU license. GNU is not Unix. I mean, because
Isn't it one a subset of the other?
No. So a software may not be free as in cost, but it can still be free. So here this is something which is people usually say that this software should be free. No, freedom as in when they talk about software, as in I'm talking now about the semantics, the software.
Okay, I understand.
So Free Software Foundation is the one which is headed by this guy, what is it? But the idea is that it is freedom for the user. When you have bought it, it is completely yours to do whatever you want to do.
But tell me something. I mean, so like Bremstorm, this is free, right? Both are free.
Yeah, Richard Stallman.
Okay. It's like Bremstorm.
So
it's a free emission.
Yeah, free. Yeah. So that is free.
Okay.
So it is free as in. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's start with the installation. So I think all of you have some software for the Python. Means all are using the device. All are connected by the mobile or device. Means system. Do you have now laptop? Anyone? If don't have, let me discuss. Means the we can start from the Python. Means the first we can one can easily download the Python using this website. So just we have to go the first this website, and then there will be this main page of this one, and then we have to click on the downloads, and then one can easily download as per their machine. Okay, so means if one is using the Mac OS, then just can get from here.
Darshan,
Yes,
I would
yes.
like to add that for macOS,
Hmm.
it is better to install Python using Homebrew.
Using?
Using
Homebrew. Homebrew.
home.
HOMEBREW. Brew. It's
Okay.
just like you have a package manager for Linux, like
Hmm.
YAP, APT, and all those things. You have package manager for macOS, which is but not. I mean, it's not Apple. Does not. It's an open source thing, so it's not
Okay.
supported by Apple directly. So it is called Homebrew. You can install Homebrew, and the best way to install, because there is Python which is also included with Apple, the LLVM. It is outdated. It is only for Apple's own internal systems. So one cannot alter it. The best way to do is to install. There are two ways. One is to do Anaconda install. The other way is to install using Brew if you want a native
Yes.
Python.
Okay.
So
It's
you need
Anaconda
to,
part we will discuss. Yes.
yeah. So yeah, it both has there's an advantage and disadvantage. So it's just that the best, if you want a native installation, you do it using Brew, Homebrew. This is just, you first install Brew. This is just one line command in terminal, and then you do Brew install Python, whichever version you want.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thanks. Yes.
So, Preet, Brew is only for Mac OS or
Mac. It
can
is
it be
only for
done
Mac
for?
OS. Yes.
Okay.
If you, but for the other, you have like working in Ubuntu or something, then you have APT app manager. You have if you are working on SUSE or something, then there is the YAST or manager, and those things are there. So package managers are there. Yeah, Flatpak and all those
Yeah.
things also. Yeah.
Darshan, so now you can
No.
be a
Yes.
teacher. You can assign this as the first assignment that people have to install Python on their machine.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So native Python, that is what the first thing would be. Yeah.
Okay.
Install native Python and then go into a virtual environment. Make a V. That is the thing to
Yes.
do. Well, you don't want to mess up with your native Python. Make a virtual environment, then install packages whichever you need for a particular project.
Okay, so this was the first source, and in the second source, one can easily download the Anaconda. So this, for the Anaconda, we have to go for this link, and then we will see this is the home page. And from this website, one can easily download the Anaconda as per their machine requirement. So using this one, okay. If one is using the Windows, then one can just use this one. And similarly for the Mac OS, one can, and Linux, one can use this one. And now the installation in the window, the we have to follow some steps. So in the first step, once the Anaconda installed in your machine, then we have to click on this one, and then we will see a welcome screen on the top left. No? You can see, I think. So using the next, and also we have to accept some license agreement, agree, and then next we have to give some permission that only you are going to install for the just me or the all users. So in the, and next we have to choose the location in our machine, so that this at a particular location this installation can be happen. So at the finally one can use this one, finish and all. And similarly in the Mac OS, there is this same step, but they have some different interface. So one can follow this step. Okay. Okay, so after the installation of Anaconda, we will see an interface like this one. So in this Anaconda, we will have some JupyterLab, Notebook, and Spider. So these three are the main component for the Python. So we will
They're
discuss.
just front ends, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So in the Spider, so basically for the Python, one can use the Spider.
Darshan, will you mention virtual environments, VNV or not?
Okay. I'll discuss another platform so that Suprit, just to slide. Okay. Yes.
Ah,
Okay.
Hello, Darshan.
Hi.
Yeah, the Manish here. I just wanted to know very quickly, like
Okay.
there are Spider, Notebook, or Jupyter Lab. So,
Okay.
what is the basically application, or maybe very briefly, maybe you will be covering, but quickly in one line, where to use or what is the application of these?
Other application.
No, no, means like
No, Manish, Spider and Jupyter, they are just the front end GUI kind of a thing for the
I see.
for the Python. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
And also the Jupyter Lab is just like a notebook, but in the single file one can access the different kind of notebook in the Jupyter Lab. Yes, that we will discuss later bit. Yes, means what is the difference between the Spider notebook and Jupyter Lab? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sure. Yes. So these three are this one, but the next that we will use the Google Colab. So in the Google Colab, there is no need to install any software at all, and also this is available online, so it will work online. Okay. So for this Colab, first we have to create a Google account, and then we have to log in into Google account, of course. And also we have to, and then we have to open the drive. Then we will see an interface like this one. Okay. Then we will see a screen on this one. Then first we have to choose a folder or create any folder for a particular work. That means, let's say I choose this Colab underscore notebooks. Then we have to click on the new option on the left hand side. You can see, and now you can see that we can see this Google Collaboratory is shown. Or you can see now. Yes. Okay. So
yes, we can see. Yeah.
Okay. So we will use this Google Colab. Okay. So also in the next session we will discuss that what is how one can use the Spider for this Python programming and all, and also we will discuss this notebook and Jupyter Lab. But this I think, and in the next session I will explain that why we are going to use this Google Colab. Okay. Yes. So for today there is only this one. I don't. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a good idea because people can try it and then on Saturday one can have a
We can have a small session so they can share their screen, and if they are having some issue and all.
Yeah.
So from the next week we will start our regular session.
Are we having on Thursday?
This Thursday.
Are we having?
I can, but I think Supreet is. Yes.
Oh, no, sorry. So are we having on Tuesday and Thursday or only Tuesday?
Yeah, we have a session on Thursday.
Yes. Acha, yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that is fine.
Yes,
So-
I need your suggestion. If anyone have the suggestion, please share so that we can run this course very smoothly. So, yes.
बहुत पढ़ा रहा है तो
No, this you're doing it very well. Nicely.
Yeah.
I just want to mention one particular thing.
Okay.
Everyone should enter into using Python virtual environments. It is very necessary that you do it at the outset. It is like something, it's like setting C equal to 1, G equal to 1 right at the beginning. Because people will say that these are very difficult, how to get them back and all that. This is nonsense. So if anything that you want to get familiar with, It should be introduced right at the outset so that you get sufficient time.
Hey, wait a minute. What is this virtual environment business here?
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
tell you.
Preet.
So what virtual environment is? Python has an inbuilt system so that it can isolate itself from so you have a native installation of Python in your after you have done all the installation, whether you do with Conda or whatever, doesn't really matter. That is your main Python setup.
Okay.
You do not install so with Conda there is something that you'll basically Conda will install a lot of packages.
Conda is Anaconda.
Yeah, Anaconda. That is
Okay.
Conda is the name of the manager
yes,
for
yes.
Anaconda.
Acha, okay.
Okay. Just like there is it's a manager which manages packages out. So there is so if you do a native, if you do a non-Anaconda installation of Python, then there is a package manager called pip. Okay, so you can use pip to install all the packages. Let's say you need a package called NumPy. Right?
Okay, so Preet, at this point, I want to say that. So don't worry about this term. That we will discuss all these term in the next session. Means how one can install the Python, because most of the people are not aware about pip and all, no?
Yeah. Then okay. If you are talking about it, then fine. No
Yeah. Definitely, we will start from the very basic. Yes.
Yeah. So just like
Darshan,
that,
tell me something.
Yes.
मैं वो मकड़ी की जाल में फंसा हूँ. मैं स्पाइडर यूज कर रहा हूँ मैं.
Spider is fantastic. Yes.
So I mean, besides Spider, what is this virtual business? I mean.
Yeah. So
Okay.
virtual thing is which Python is being used.
Priyanka, yeah.
Yeah, basically since you have been familiar with Fortran and everything, right?
Yes.
And C. So what we do is we import packages in C, right? So we say if math, if you want to do
Yes.
math,
Yes. Yes.
So now what happens is if you have to import different things in your so these are packages basically in Python.
Yes.
Now there is a repository of all these packages in Python, right? So the language has to communicate with all these packages, import it in your system, and so that you can, right?
Yes.
So now what you can do is what happens is you have Python. Now what you can do is you can also have a virtual environment where you have your customized repository of these packages.
Oh, achha. Basically, one can be lazy. Okay, fine. I understand. That's very
No.
clear.
You're not being lazy.
It's not very easy. You anyway, when you will write script, you will have to import all these packages.
Oh, achha.
So
That is the advantage.
So there can be different version of the same package, right?
Achha. Okay. Achha. Okay.
For example, you are working with, like we work with map, okay?
Now
the map can have different, very different versions.
Okay.
So I might be working with the you can be working 3.0 version. But there can be another application which uses map 4.0. So you don't want the two. Okay. So that is where the virtual environment comes into picture. So you create one virtual environment which is different from the other. Okay. So your packages won't be.
Okay.
When you say import math, it will import the same package which is
compatible.
4.0.
Okay.
Yeah, the term is called container. You're basically making a container and only working in a container. So you have several containers with which you have one container for a project.
I see. Okay. Okay. Good.
Yes.
You can check it out more at this particular page.
Acha, realpython.com. I mean, real Python. Nobody would like to check it. Here's a real Python.
Imaginary bhi ho sakta na?
Yeah.
This is what it is. If you can see, it is Python virtual environments primer. Why it has everything. Why you need virtual environments? What is a virtual environment? Using them, how do they work, and everything.
Okay, great.
So, complete.
Fantastic. Nice.
Okay, so.
Good. Okay. Nice, yeah. Nice darshan.
Thanks.
आपने Python का दर्शन दिया. Okay, good. So we meet on Thursday, 12, right?
Yes, sure.
Oh,
Yes.
excellent.
Thursday,
Thanks.
12. Thursday at 12 would be this cosmology
Thursday at 12.
session.
What? Hey, wait a minute. That is why I asked. If Thursday we are having a session, you said yes. Oh, you meant an IRC session?
Cosmology session.
Okay. So the Python is there every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is what I was asking. Okay. Fine. Okay. Hanuman ji.
But
Okay.
if you want Python on Thursday, I can post.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's better not to sort of. I mean, I don't know what others feel. You know, like. I mean, in course of time, what will happen is once we start having more lectures, it will give enough time for people to try out various things before they come to the
Yes.
ठीक है, good. चलो.
Okay.
आप जा रहे हो?
जा रहे हो? और क्या करेंगे और? I mean, क्या?
मेरा पेपर आया आज.
तेरा पेपर है? अरे. अच्छा तू बता, फिर बोलो इसके बारे में.
सेमी क्लासिकल कॉस्मोलॉजी के ऊपर क्वांटम बैक रिएक्शन ऑन